Hey guys, Lone Woodsman here with you. Out finally camping this weekend. First time I've been camping since last winter. It's supposed to get pretty cold tonight, down below freezing. I brought my 12 by 12 oilskin you see here. Got it set up kind of like a little pyramid for sleeping. All I brought is, a wool blanket. I'll give you a look. Okay, so here got just a wool blanket, and I have another one here, just one of those real cheap thin army surplus blankets. I plan on using this as like a cloak around the fire and stuff tonight to help keep the chill off. And if it gets too cold, obviously I have it, so I'll definitely be using it tonight to try and help stay warm. It's been doing nothing but raining all day. The fog's finally lifted enough that I could get the camera out and film a little bit. Everything is absolutely soaked. I mean soaked. On the walk in, my feet are just soaking wet. I got water squishing between my toes. I brought an extra pair of wool socks, for sleeping in tonight. I got a thermal, a sweater, and my wool boreal shirt. So, I mean, it should be okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, I get cold, I huddle by the fire, no big deal. So that's how we're gonna roll tonight. I didn't bring my pack. I did an old school like blanket roll. The tarp was the outside of the roll, and all of this was wrapped up in it. I used sisal rope this time instead of paracord for my ridge line, and that's what I used to wrap the blanket roll in, and then made it, used it like straps, for a backpack or just sling it over your shoulder. Worked out pretty well. I got my buddy with me. If you hear that cracking and stuff, that's him getting some wood for the fire. We hiked in quite a few miles. We're definitely nowhere near vehicles or anything like that. You won't hear any traffic noise in this video. We're out there. Alright, I'm gonna go help my buddy get some wood. Probably bring you back on, when go to get the fire going and stuff like that. See you soon, guys. Yeah. Alright everybody, as you can see, I'm not starting the fire this time. We're going to let my buddy Steve do it, flint and steel style, as is the Lone Woodsman way. Move this stuff out of here and get ready for fire tomorrow. There you got some spark. Don't worry, I'll edit it out so it looks like you got it with one strike. Is your cloth up close enough? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm having little sparks go right in it. I remember the first time you had me try it, I had it upside down.
You get it? Yep, you got it right back there. Oh, you got it lit all over the place. Alright, now put that into your tinder bundle. There, just hand me that. Get your birch bark close to you too before you blow that into flame, because that's going to go up really quick. Now push that cloth in a little bit. Flip it upside down. Put it down. There you go. Now throw that birch bark on top. Just don't smother it. You're golden. That birch bark caught. Give it a little air. I think you're gonna have to redo it. Oh, the char cloth's still going. That's some good char cloth. Yep, blow it back to life.
That's right on the seam.
Now take this and just hold it over the flame like this and let it get caught. Alright, now put your feather sticks on there. These ones here. You're good on bark. If you get these sticks on there, you're going to be just fine because they're nice and thin. Now we had to split everything out because everything's soaking wet, so we had to cut rounds, split them, get to the dry inner wood because everything is definitely soaked around here. I'll take you around here in a little bit and I'll show you the area.
Video footage of this
Of the walk in.
Oh my. Totally ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll walk you around, show you our area. We're surrounded by, well, not surrounded, but there's a lot of ponded up water all around us. So everything's just soaking wet. So yeah, that's my buddy Steve with one of his first ever flint and steel fires.
Probably second or third only.
It always gives you that special feeling. Alright, so now I'm going to sit down, relax a little bit, smoke a pipe. We've been cutting a bunch of wood. Steve rigged up this quick little tripod. He brought this chair in, so he's cutting some wood, so I'm going to sit down on his chair and relax a little. Smoke a pipe. I made this tobacco pouch myself the other day. Here, I'll show it to you. This lacing here is going to get replaced because it's real thin. It's not thick enough. Oh, camera battery's going. I'm gonna have to make this quick. But yeah, and there I got my pipes and matches, Zippo lighter, my tobacco. But yeah, it's pretty neat. You just put your stuff in there, roll it up this way, and then take your laces and tie it off. So yeah, I'm gonna change my battery out, sit down, smoke me a pipe, relax a little bit, and just try to relax a little bit. Just enjoy the rest of the day and the evening and see what comes. Okay, so I changed the camera battery, and somewhere I lost the Zippo my wife bought me. Checked all my pockets. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Maybe it'll turn up. I hope. Now a lot of people ask me why I do that. I'll light it and then put it out just to char the top. Can you guys even see me? Hear the smoke? Char the top of it, and I'll pack it down again a little bit. Give it a little twist with my finger, and then it's good to go. That's nice. Alright, so I brought some bacon and I want to cook it, so I'm going to take a stick on the other side over here and I'm going to attach it to this tripod, but first I want to get the bark off, just using the back side of my knife. Man, the smoke is going right in my face, and just scraping it, get the bark off. Just like so. So I'll keep doing that, and then we'll attach it to the tripod, get some bacon on there. Okay, so we got all the bark off our stick, and I'm thinking it looks pretty good. I guess right about there. So we're just going to take this little hank of bank line that I carry around in my pocket for whatever reason. Today it's going to be for a bacon rack. We'll just unhank it here. And then I'll tie a jam knot. That's what we'll use. We'll use a jam knot. Yeah, so like I said, right about there looked good to me. Come to our other end here. Grab our stick. Jam it on there.
Jam up, jelly tight.
Jam it, jam it. Alright, so just like that. And then obviously do the same thing there to the other side. Take out my sweet bushcraft knife, the Adventure Sworn, thanks to my loving family. Finally getting to use it some more. it'll get a lot of use this winter. Cut that off of there. Put your knife back. When you're not using it, always put your knife back. Not only could maybe you lose it or something, but if you forget you put it there, put your hand down, put your knee down on it, you know, anything could happen. And my knife is devil sharp. If you slip with it, you mess up with it, it's a trip to the emergency room, no doubt about it.
Aflac.
Then we'll jam this other side on here. Man, that fire is toasty. My knuckles are burning. Pull our knife back out. And there we go. We got ourselves a bacon rack. All we gotta do is get some bacon on there. Alright, so you just saw me put the bacon rack on. I'm getting ready to put the bacon on. I didn't bring a light with me, other than a flashlight and stuff. Like, I didn't bring a light for my camera for filming at night. So I thought I'd show you what I brought, you know, for food. A pound and a half of bacon. I didn't bring a lot, but I figured I'd show you anyway. A Delmonico steak, 1.5 inches thick. Ooh. Yeah, look at that bad boy. That's gonna be good. So yeah, we got the steak, and then I brought some sugar snap peas. I really like these. You can cook them, you can season them, or you can do what I do. I just open the bag and just eat them right out of the bag. I like that. And then for my beverage, I brought me this. The All Day IPA. I really like this one. Okay. Alright, so here we are with our bacon. Open this stuff up. And you just take your bacon out. And you just drape it over your bacon rack. Nothing to it. And this will be a nice way to smoke it. Smoke it and slow cook it. Well, slower than a frying pan. So yeah, I'm just gonna fill this rack up, and then while the bacon's doing its thing, I will take you guys over and show you around the camp like I said I would. Alright, so stick around guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's my tarp. There's Steve. There's our fire. Here's his setup for the evening. So this is where we're at. This is right off behind me. This is what it looks like right back here. You can see it. We're right on the border of private ground. That's private ground over there, so this is as far as we could go. But I'm directly behind my tarp right now, walking back in. Pardon the shaky camera. There, you see all that? Yeah, you see it. It's all water, all standing water. It goes like that, off that ways quite a bit. We got more here. More right over in there. If you can pick it out, I mean it's there. Trust me, I ain't lying to you. So now we're just walking over this way a little bit. Like I said, right here's camp. Do a 180. And that's all water there. A lot of it in there. It goes off back out way. And right in there where you see all that like yellow grass, that's all swampy. Real swampy back in there and wet. We've explored around quite a bit. But the spot we're on is kind of raised up a little. Firewood's nice and easy to come by. There's a lot of standing dead here, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, Steve's got himself a, what was this, Steve, a 10 by 20? 10 by 20 tarp there. Here's our starting of firewood for the night. Like I said, it's going to be below freezing tonight. Everything's wet. I'm wet already, so we're cutting some actual logs, you know. Gonna have a long log fire tonight. Yeah, here's another look at my setup. I know it's kind of a mess right now, but I like it. I like the setup. Nice pyramid. I'm protected if the wind shifts, you know, unless it's coming in directly on top of me. And back there, if you can tell, I built myself up a little wall. I'll take you around the back and show you. So there you can see I built up a little wall kinda. Now I could have done it with all three of those tie outs, because you guys know that this tarp is the one I had designed by Tensmiths, modeled after the one that I had made myself. It's got tie outs all over it. So I could have tied up all three of those and made a wall the whole way along the back, but I like just that little peak of a wall in the back, rather than, you know, it sloping straight down to the ground. I got a little bit of a wall back there, so pretty cool. And there's our bacon. Okay, so wood's all cut for the night. We're finally able just to sit and relax, enjoy our campfire, watch the bacon cook. You see I got one of my candle lanterns hanging above my head here. I'm really liking this tarp setup. I know I said that earlier, but this is the first time I've actually crawled in here and was in it when it was set up. It's really nice. I know this lantern's, you know, as you can see, it keeps hitting my head. I gotta raise it up a little bit more, but that ain't no big deal. But yeah, this is really nice. I got you know, the rest of this tarp is up underneath me as a ground cloth. I could pull it the whole way, you know, out to even with here, but just in case it does come on to rain tonight, I don't want it sticking out and being able to collect water up inside with me, so I left it tucked back in a bit. So yeah, now it's just straight up relax time. Here in a little while we'll get to our food cooking. I brought some steak, Steve brought some steak. He's got a bunch of food over there. I'm getting kind of jealous. I'm probably, once he starts snoozing a little bit, I'm gonna go over and sneak some of his food. He'll never know. I found a couple rocks. Well, I found one rock, and then I split it in two, and I'm pondering the idea of putting the rock, you know, up close to the fire, getting it nice and hot, and cooking my steak right up on top of the rock. I've never done that before. I've cooked them in the coals and stuff, and all that, but never cooked it on a rock before. So I might end up doing that. I brought my little pack grill. See that there? I brought that in and was planning on using the rocks that I found just to prop my grill up. And just one of those little pack grills. But now the rocks broke so perfectly, it's a perfect fit for my steak. Decisions. Oh, the trials and tribulations of the woodsman. But yeah, I didn't bring much gear. I got that pack grill. I brought my billy can. I have my Bush Buddy stove inside it, just in case, you know, I got a wild hair up my butt. I wanted to use it. I got the wool blanket, the emergency space blanket, and some reflectix as like my barrier between the ground. I have that little army surplus wool blanket. This one here, the one I'm sleeping with, is like what is it called again? Give me a second. I think it's, the tag's right up here. Yeah, Early's Whitney Point blanket. Made in England of, I gotta move that. Made in England of pure wool, so it's 100% wool. I bought it off of that Shop Goodwill site. I picked it up for, I think, maybe $30, maybe $40 at the very most. I don't even think it was that much. So I'm gonna wrap up in it burrito style tonight, see how that goes. But other than that, I got my axe, I got my saw, my belt knife. I got my haversack. It's filled with goodies. Like, I brought a whole bunch of different pipe tobaccos. I got my pipe in there. The tobacco pouch that I made that I showed you guys earlier. I have that. I have a headlamp. I have a flashlight in my boreal shirt. You know, just, you gotta have some kind of light. I'm not just gonna go with the candle lantern. You know, I gotta get up and go relieve myself at night. I don't want to be tripping over stuff. We're in a place we've never been before. I'm not familiar with these woods at all. So I don't want to be bumbling around in the dark. But yeah, I tried to go with as little gear as possible. It wasn't necessarily lightweight because, you know, the tarp is the big 12x12. It weighs 10 pounds. This blanket has got to weigh at least 4 pounds by itself. You know, and then you add in all the other gear. I brought, you know, water. I know I'm rambling all over the place, but I brought a couple, you know, things of water and stuff in. But this trip here is just all about trying to relax. Just a quick update, guys. I know you were all really worried. Remember earlier when I said I lost my lighter? I found it. It was underneath my socks. I looked really hard, apparently. So yeah, you guys can rest easy now. I found my lighter. I'll tell you, man, life don't get much better than it is right now. Okay, so while I'm sitting here relaxing, I didn't bring a fork with me to eat tonight or anything like that. So I'm gonna make one. Just carve away all the bark and everything. I didn't bring a fork on purpose. I didn't bring any eating utensils at all. By design, I planned it that way. That way, when I was here, I'd have to make whatever I needed. It's just fun. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but just taking the, if this camera would focus, just taking the bark off. Gonna probably take these points down, make them smaller. That way the fork's closer together at the base. But yeah, I think it'll serve me well. Alright, so fork's all done. With the help of my adventure sworn. Love this knife, guys. You can see it's getting some use in it now. Or maybe you can see. Man, this camera's so slow to focus. Starting to get some use on it. So yeah, my fork's all done. Come on, camera. Thank you. My buddy's cooking his steak and now it's making me hungry. I still gotta wait for my rock to heat up. Man. Camp life, huh? Alright guys, I got tired of waiting for the rock to heat up. He's over here cooking his steaks and his food, making me hungry. So I'm gonna cook my steak up right now. I got this from Dan Wowak, Coal Cracker Bushcraft. I bought it off of him up there at Outvine. It's got spices in it. Now I changed some of the spices around to better suit me, but that's what I'm gonna use to season my steak up tonight. Okay, so we got onion powder, put some of that on there. Black pepper. Definitely put some of that on there. We got some garlic powder. Yep, garlic powder. Put that on there. And then in this one I put some of that ghost pepper sea salt that I like. And we will put that on there. That should be pretty good. Now I'll flip it, do the same thing to the other side. Alright guys, I know it's dark, but my steaking's all done. That's what's left of the bacon there. So I'm gonna eat my dinner finally. And then once we get this long log fire rocking and rolling, I'll turn the camera back on for that. But other than that, it's probably it for the night. So yeah, stick around, check out the long log fire. Other than that, guys, I'll probably just see you in the morning. Alright guys, there's the beginnings of our long log fire. Probably about only 3 feet wide right now, but it'll spread out those logs that are laying on there. I know you can't really see them too well, but they're there. Yeah, there it is. Now it is off to bed, so unless anything unforeseen happens through the night, I will see y'all in the morning.